Hello, how are ya? And thank you so much for coming to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is G. Thank you so much for stopping by. If it is not your first time here, holy crap, thanks for coming back. I am still a little bit shocked to see that this hobby of mine has now garnered me 119 subscribers on YouTube. Again, in the grand scheme of things, probably not even as significant as the fly that landed on Mike Pence's head during the debate. However, in my life, pretty significant. So thank you all for coming, for watching my videos.
This expresses how loudly I love you.
If you enjoy watching videos about anti-MLM content, please go ahead and subscribe and comment below and let me know your thoughts, let me know your experiences. It's been really fun to get to interact with you all in the comments section, and a lot of your comments and your contributions to my channel have actually inspired me to do a lot more videos. We've talked on my channel before about some of the different reasons why teachers join MLMs, and today I wanted to share a video with you all that features a teacher who left the teaching profession in order to pursue her MLM full-time, and that MLM is Rodan and Fields. As a teacher myself, and as someone who almost joined Rodan and Fields, I thought it would be really interesting to go ahead and react to this video and take a look at the different tactics that are employed in order to convince the viewer, which is you, to join the MLM. Let's get started.
Hello, this is from Boston and my husband's.
Hello.
I wanted to start off with that song because the best part of this business is that now I get to work from home. So let me tell you my story, how I got there. I used to be a high school teacher to students with autism. I loved what I did. I was very passionate about it. What I didn't love is that I was overworked, underpaid, and exhausted and cranky. And I found myself giving the best version of me to my students and coming home with very little energy for my kids or husband. And I knew something needed to change. I've always wanted more in life, and I just never knew how to go after my dreams and get more until my sister introduced this opportunity to me. And it sounded perfect until I heard two words, direct selling. And I freaked out because all I could hear in my mind was home party, cold calling, and where would I stock all this inventory? So I would...
Okay, let's take a pause there. And first, I want to ask you all, are you all familiar with that theory that when you are not being truthful, the pitch of your voice actually increases?
Non-linguistic verbal indicators of deception could be an increase in the pace of talking, an increase or decrease in the volume, a change in pitch. Sometimes when people are lying, the stress makes their voice go up a few octaves. And that can be an indicator that you need to drill down on to determine whether they're lying about the thing that you're investigating.
I don't know about you, but I feel like I kind of heard that happening here. And interestingly enough, these researchers conducted an experiment, and what they found was that people's beliefs about lying are actually tied to their vocal pitch. So if someone believes that when you lie, your voice is higher in pitch, it will actually make your voice become higher in pitch. So in my opinion, this kind of potentially could show that she's self-aware, that perhaps it's not as great as she's going to make it seem, but yet she's still going to put a big smile on her face and talk really happily and try to convince us that we should join. I don't want to speak for all teachers, however, I think I can speak for at least some, not just in the United States, but in the world, who could potentially relate to what she was just saying. That you are giving your best to your students and your school, and then you come home and you have little energy left for yourself or for your own family. I think that that's very relatable, so for other teachers out there who were watching her say that, it potentially could have sparked in them a thought that, oh wow, yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Maybe I should really listen to this opportunity. Maybe if it worked for her, it could work for me. And teachers really have been through a lot this year. We started the year virtually, And then throughout the year, we were constantly wondering when we were going to go back in person, which was very stressful because we never knew when it was going to happen, to finally coming back to being in person, and now trying to end the year and make sure that we've taught our students as much as we possibly could teach them in a pandemic year. It is a lot to juggle. And I know this video actually wasn't filmed recently whatsoever, but I do think it's worth sharing because the tactics that she's employing are going to be reused by other people. That, in essence, is the whole structure of how the MLM works. They recruit you, they train you, and then you train someone else, but it's all the same tactics that are being recycled and repackaged.
Wished her good luck on her little hobby, and I said no. And a few weeks later, what intrigued me was that my sister had a complete change in her skin. It was glowing, and she had a passion and excitement about her that I had not seen in a long time. So I decided to hop on a call to hear more, and on that call, my wheels started turning. I don't know if I just need to hear it from someone else, but it just clicked. What really rang true to me were the doctors behind this brand and what they've done with Proactiv. I never realized the magnitude of Proactiv and how powerful it was. And they completely conquered the acne market. And if they could do that for acne, then what on earth could they do for anti-aging, which is a far bigger market? So it made sense.
Okay, so first of all, I just want to say there were a lot of times where her voice went really high-pitched. And again, that just gives me the impression that what she's saying is a little bit phony. And again, that's just my opinion. And then also, in her sales pitch right now, we saw a transition from her going and sharing her why she joined this business, the thing about her that's going to make her relatable to you, and now she's pivoting into selling you the company. So she started mentioning Proactiv. And Proactiv was a successful company. However, that company was successful for those two doctors, Rodan and Fields. And this company, Rodan and Fields, is successful for them as well. They are the ones that are reaping the most money and the most benefits, not the individual distributors or consultants as they like to call them. So I don't really see what the whole point is about being in such amazement at this company when you're really not benefiting from the structure that currently exists within it. In fact, it's my opinion that the reason why people start MLM companies in the first place is because it really absolves them of a lot of the responsibility and it puts that onto you. Whether you are successful or not, it doesn't matter because you have already been their customer, and in the end, you are the customer. If you can recruit some people and get them some extra money, great, but if they just hook you on and have you paying for those monthly subscriptions, that's still a win.
I also had a huge fear of missing out on something big and would rather say that, oh well, than what if the rest of my life. I knew I had 60 days and nothing to lose, and the risk was not trying. So after a full bottle of wine and sweaty palms, boop, I hit and roll. I put my head down, I got to work, I saw the big picture, I made sacrifices.
Okay, we're gonna pause it there. She just went through a whole list of cliches. She said she had FOMO, which is fear of missing out. So she saw people living this life and she was like, oh, I want that life, let me sign up. And then she also said, you know, I would rather say, oh, well, rather than what if, which is essentially saying, go ahead and invest that money. Yeah, you might lose it, but at least you can say that you tried. When really, in reality, no, how about you save your money and you don't support a predatory business and you leave it at that. And then she went on to say something about the great return policy, money back guarantee.
I knew I had 60 days and nothing to lose, and the risk was not trying.
Actually, that's false. And we just did a whole video on my channel where we went and we read the complaints about Rodan and Fields to the Better Business Bureau. And a strong overarching theme, in addition to the rampant credit card fraud, was that they have horrible return policies and cancellation policies. And a lot of people on there were very unhappy. They not only were not able to get the product, but they weren't able to get their refund. And it just seems like, in my opinion, the customer service there is not ideal. If you want to check that video out and you haven't yet, I'm going to be putting it somewhere up here. As I get better with YouTube, I will know which direction to point at.
They have all been worth it. Fast forward 2 years in the business, I've earned multiple all expense paid trips. We're heading to Maui in March. You're welcome. I've earned the company car, which is a white Lexus, and the best part is I retired from teaching. I'm home with my kids. They finally get the best version of me, as does this guy. And there's no looking back. Life is good on this side, and the ability to make choices in life and work when you want, where you want, with who you want is a very powerful thing, and I never even knew that a world like this existed. So that's my story.
We're going to go ahead and pause it right there. Again, let's break down a few things she just talked about. So first, she talked about the trips. To earn an inclusive trip across any MLM, not just Rodan and Fields, you are literally consuming a lot of the products because you also need to be purchasing products to have your status there as a member. And then you work your way to getting preferred customers, so people who are purchasing the products through your link. And then you actually start recruiting people, and you build up your team to start recruiting their own people, and they just keep repeating the cycle. It's actually quite a lot, and you're going to have a lot of preferred customers under your belt, as well as have a successful team underneath you who are actively recruiting and doing the same thing. So if she's out here saying that she has earned multiple trips, that is pretty much our sign that she's pretty successful at this business. And it just always makes me think, when there's a teacher involved or when there's someone involved who has a pretty prominent position in the community, could that be related to the fact that maybe she knows a lot of people? A lot of people trust her and look to her for advice or guidance, or would see something she's doing as legit. You never know. Also, it didn't look like the husband was complaining about any of this. In fact, she was like, "You're welcome." And he was like, In my opinion, seems like he's okay being along for the ride. Now, one more thing about the trips, and this is something that I actually saw from one of Rodan and Fields' own statements, was that the total cost of the trip is not going to exceed $2,500. And remember that the value of the trip is included in the total amount of your income earnings for the year, and you're also taxed on it. So are you really telling me that it was easier for you to go and get all those customers, recruit all these people, get them involved in this MLM, when really all you could have done was just saved a little bit of money, lived a little bit below your means for a little while? I don't know. I feel like it might have been easier to just bootstrap that vacation on your own as opposed to getting involved in this business, because honestly, thinking back to when I was involved with Rodan and Fields, and I was only a preferred customer, I was not a consultant, I spent close to $2,000. Now looking back, there was my Hawaii vacation that I could have taken. So just instead of thinking, let me join an MLM and get this free trip, just save your money, boo. Just save. You got this. Say no to Starbucks for a while. Regarding the cars, I want to give a shout out to Mr. E, awesome YouTube name by the way, about the cars. You mentioned that you would like to hear more of my opinion on that, and I would like to make a specific video where I dive deep into this whole car thing as it pertains to MLMs. In a nutshell, it's a scam, so I'll leave you with that, but be on the lookout for a video specifically about the MLM car scam coming soon. And lastly, before we move on, we have to talk about what she said. Work where you want, when you want, and with who you want. Nope, that's not true. MLMs like to say, oh, this business, you can take it anywhere. You can work from the beach. You can work from anywhere. And they say things like, work where you want. It paints this imaginary world where you're just going to the beach and hanging out, and you just casually pick up your phone and start making sales, and oh my gosh, what a wonderful life. Work when you want. Oh, I can just get 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, just an hour or two for the day. Oh, I'm gonna be a millionaire. And with who you want? All of this is false. You are going to be working your butt off if you want to make this MLM be valuable to you in any way, and you are probably going to be investing way more energy into this predatory business as opposed to just not doing it, saving the energy, saving the time, getting another hobby, saving your money, hanging out with people who you really want to hang out with. It's just a cliche that you will have financial freedom, you'll get to be your own boss, but it's absolutely not true. You are beholden to your upline, and if you want to move up within the company, you have got to be working your butt off, recruiting people, going through every person you've ever met, and trying to get them to join you. So the question is, yes, you can work from wherever, but do you really want to do the work that they're asking you to do? It's gonna be a no for me.
I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the business and what makes it so unique and why I'm so passionate about it. So, unlike opening your own brick and mortar or investing in a franchise, instead of a large monetary amount, you're investing your time into your existing network. And you're sharing the products and the business model with others. It's a low cost of entry for a high profit return. And it's really business in a box. Rodan and Fields gives you everything you need to get going. And they have all the tools and system in place to help you be successful. This business model offers you the potential to grow on your own terms.
Did she just say the business model awfuls you? Like, oh my goodness, this is awful? Is that a Freudian slip I heard?
This business model offers you the potential to grow on your own terms. And you are your own boss. I don't know what's better than that. But you get to work on your own time and earn as much income as you want. And there's no cap. It's really what you put in, you will get back. And you get to connect with others. And my personal favorite is the personal growth, how you grow as a person. And I can tell you, I look at life very differently because of this opportunity. So with that being said,
I look at life very differently because of this opportunity. Yeah, because now every person you meet is a potential customer or a potential recruit for you. Whereas before, you could just walk through life saying hi to people and being friendly with them and wanting absolutely nothing from them in return.
going to talk about leveraging your network because he is responsible for a lot of my network and my success in this company.
Thanks. Nice work. So people always come to, and I always hear them say, you know what, I don't think I know enough people to be able to do a business like this. And I don't think that's really the truth, no matter what. And they also say, well, you know a lot of people, that's why you're successful at this. The truth of it is, it's not who you know, it's who your network knows and who they know and who they know and so on. A great example of this is...
Hang on a second. It's not who you know, it's who your network knows. But don't you need to know people to have a network? So wouldn't you know your network? Wouldn't it matter who you know? Because if you don't know anyone, how are you going to know the people that they know? You see? The logic just doesn't make sense here.
And her sister have both been able to grow successful businesses with Rodan and Fields. They both know the exact same people. They're the same exact circles for life, right? So how does that work? They really have a few different networks that they've been able to leverage, one being myself. Quite a few people on Kate's team being either former bosses' wives, old high school friends. She's been able to build generations and generations and a bigger team because of my network. So really these connections have always existed. They've always been out there. It was just a matter of I putting the opportunity, an opportunity that we truly believed in front of them and letting that grow.
Perfect, well said.
So, if you're worried about joining this MLM because the person who recruited you runs in the same social circle that you do, don't worry, because what you are going to do is recruit your husband's network. His boss's wife, not awkward at all. His high school friends, go for it. His ex-girlfriends, heck, why the heck not? Hit them up, see if they want to join. You can catch up while giving each other facials and face masks and stuff like that. Also, it's kind of like, I don't know, not trying to get too political or anything, but seriously, did she have to come in there and say her success was all because of her husband? And then the guy come in there and kind of take credit for everything? I mean, I get it if literally she used most of his network in order to be successful. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, come on, girl power. Not that I want her to be successful in an MLM. Own it. You're successful because of you, not because of him.
So I'm just gonna end it with, building your business. So a successful business just starts by creating connections and meaningful value for two groups of people. Customers who want to get the best skin of their life and feel confident, and independent consultants for people who want to change in their life or more in their life. And that's what it is. I'm sharing these products and the opportunity for whoever wants a change, whether it's your skin or your life. And I can tell you, my advice would be, don't get stuck on how you're to do this business. Just know why you want to do it. The how will work its way out. So with that being said, we're going to sign off, and thank you for listening.
Don't get stuck on how, just focus on the why. No, for people living here on planet Earth, that's just not feasible. This is an investment of your time, your energy, your personal relationships, your health, and your money. I don't know if I mentioned money yet, and it's a freaking investment of your money. So definitely take the time to focus on the how. How is this going to work? That's the one thing that stopped me from joining Rodan and Fields myself, is when I was thinking, how am I actually going to make money from this? And that's when I saw the real money was made in recruiting, not from selling people overpriced products. So think about the how. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Well, everyone, thank you so much for stopping by. Fellow teachers out there, stay strong. Don't join an MLM. If you are ready to leave the teaching profession and move on to something else, go for it. You deserve it. We've been through a lot. Just don't join an MLM. Do something different. You got this. Anyway, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you very soon with my next video. Take care and see you next time.